Hello, I'm just that guy, and today I'm being tested by playing the test. Which, if you don't know, is apparently not a game. Hello? Wait a second. Okay. Uh, okay, so if you don't know about the test, uh, I don't know much about it. I've seen basically it's a test. Goddamn, dude. Someone's testing my soul already, and I'm failing apparently. Alright, let's get into it. Hello. Now, in order to begin this is the most important part of this entire experience. You'll be asked a series of questions, and you must answer them honestly. Now, when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how you'd like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if it's hard to face. I think I'm pretty good at truthing to myself when it's sucky bucky. We all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, or mistakes. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself, your destiny in this world? Or would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? Well, I like honesty. I try to be a very honest person, especially to myself. It's not an easy thing, but sometimes you just have to go with it. The process is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so that you can predict your future. You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. I don't know about that. The future's kind of unpredictable, but okay. This will tell you things you already know, but don't necessarily know that you know. Kind of bring like the subconscious to the conscious kind of deal, is what I'm guessing. As long as the answers you provide to the question asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you do not have natural access to. This isn't psychic. This isn't a personality test. This is simply nature. Okay. This is you. This is your own mind. This is simply nature taking its course. This is the human brain at work unlocking hidden truths within itself. I will believe you. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you'll often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. You may not understand nor realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer your question the way it needs to be answered. I invite you to grab a drink of water. Got one, two, three water bottles full of water here. So I got a bit more than a drink. Gonna put this one back though. Sit back, already doing that, relax, doing that, and enjoy the experience. We are about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you're a willing participant, we will be unlocking some substantial information today. Here we go. Do you believe that that everyone should always be treated fairly? I don't believe that. I think the circumstances that people are born with, people are living through, and etc., should produce different results and different mannerisms. And people have varying opinions on many different things. It would be unfair to ask someone to treat two different people the same way because they are different people. And the person treating them in this sense would be would have their own opinion of each person, which would produce different results in their mind of what they think of the two different people, because they are very different people. Is why I'm saying no, they shouldn't be treated fairly. Ugh. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated equally? Okay, so this is very similar to the first question. Um, I guess, uh, I guess I kind of answered the first question as the second question. I treated fair as equal, which is not really the same thing. But even if I was to go back to the first answer, I would still say no, because biases and whatever. And equally, definitely not, for very similar reasons. Have you ever invented anything? Yeah, not like produced a real like mechanism or something, but I have invented my own mind in a sense, kind of fabricated my own like way of thinking, which is in a sense an invention. Do you believe that you are worthy of someone's time investment? I mean, people do invest their time in me, and if they believe I'm worthy, then I believe that I am worthy of their time. Would you consider yourself to be open-minded? Yeah, I'd like to think so. And honestly speaking, I don't feel like I put too much weight on people. Like I try and not be too judgmental based off of small evidence. I try to look at a person as a whole before and, and like give them a chance before really deciding what I think of them. I don't think I'm always open-minded, but generally yes. Would you say that you sometimes have trust issues? I believe there are definitely times where I won't trust people for certain things, but that would be concerning big problems like my safety or uh, other people's safety. And if it's something small like, oh hey, like I, like someone, like one of my friends canceled my plans because they said something that could sound like an excuse, like, oh, I just have so much schoolwork piled up. I wouldn't really care to say like, oh, is it actually that, or do you just not want to hang out with me? I would say, yeah, that's fine. And I generally trust people to help me with things and whatnot, so I'd say no, I don't have trust issues. Would you be alright with living alone forever? No. We are creatures of social. We're social creatures, and I'm definitely no exception. I need people, for sure. Do you always give someone the benefit of the doubt? Um, always is a very powerful word here. I say I give people benefit of the doubt a lot of the time, but always is a definite no. I don't always give people the benefit of the doubt. Do you dislike the sound of your own voice? No, not really. I have a pretty neutral voice, I'd say. Kind of like, the only critique I really have of it is I wish I could put more, like, more flavor in it, I guess. But, whatever. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? No, I like black. It's so simple and easy. Blue is just kind of, like, blue's good, but I prefer black. It's so much easier to use and make work, like the fact that I'm wearing all black right now. If you found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, would you give it back to them? Yeah, I don't hold a big value to money so long as I have enough money to live, like to a degree that I find comfortable, then I think I'm good. And also, I'm assuming in that situation it's a small amount of money that someone dropped and I saw them drop it. Just say, "Hey, this $10 bill floated out of your pocket. Here you go." Are you sure you want the answers you seek? Well, I don't really know what answers I'm seeking in this situation, but I would always like to find more out about myself. Are you afraid of spiders? Nope. If you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? I mean, does unscathed mean no pain? Yeah, yeah, I'd do it. I don't need to put too much thought into this one, I don't think. Would you consider yourself to be fat? No, I am a very healthy weight, or body fat percentage. Would you say that you have lots of charisma? No, I'm a bit of a socially awkward person in my mind, and I'm trying to work on that, but as it stands right now, no, I would say I do not have a lot of charisma. I don't got that riz. So stupid. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? No. I like the I like moving forward or movement in general. This is all very interesting. Did you realize that the last letter of the previous 5 questions, when put together, spell the name Satan? No, I'm not looking too deep into that. Does that make you uncomfortable? No, it's just a game. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? No, unless I'm like really looking for it now. Are you now wondering what other hidden messages are placed within these questions? No, I'm not too curious about stuff like that. I'm a generally a decently curious person, but for things like this, I will take them at face value, and most hidden meanings I will kind of just ignore and leave behind to dust. Uh, Sometimes if I like looking at like a deep intricate story or situation, I can easily do that with pretty much any TV or anime series or whatever. I can find a hidden meaning in anything if I just feel like there's a hidden meaning. So I don't care about these hidden messages though. I'm more focused on answering these questions. Have you been entirely honest with your answers thus far? I would believe so. I'd like to think, yeah. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? No, because at the end of the day, if I accidentally mess up and don't answer honestly, I won't be losing. Like, I'll be losing out on potential information if this game is giving me what it's proposing, but it won't be something to be afraid about, I'd say. It's not anything like, oh no, I'm missing out on the gospel of knowledge about myself. Were you aware that there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? Yeah, the consequences being not knowing the truth or whatever. Are you wondering how these questions began to take a strange turn? Nope. I don't think they've taken a strange turn yet, other than like the Satan whatever, but that's probably just to throw me off. Would you consider yourself captivated? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm putting myself into this situation pretty good. Very interesting. Would you consider yourself to be brave? No. I don't think I'm brave. I would say I don't find fear easily, but that doesn't make me brave. I think a brave person is someone who has fear yet still presses forward, and I'm not good at pushing through fear. I'm trying to get better at that, but it's not something that I am currently easy to push through. Like making these videos, I have a bit of, I don't know about like, I'm just a bit nervous before recording videos usually, and it's not easy for me to push past that all the time. So I wouldn't say I'm brave, because that is something where I'm feeling not necessarily afraid, but nervous in some sense, and I'm not easily to push through it, and is what is that's what's bravery to me. So no, I don't think I'm brave yet. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? I mean, all the stupid people I see on the internet make me want to say yes, but also those stupid people on the internet aren't necessarily stupid. They're just doing stupid things or not really using their mind or whatever. Uh, and I'd like to, I, it's really hard to judge intelligence is the thing because I say a lot of dumb stuff and do a lot of dumb stuff, but I also don't look too deep into things. Usually, when I find one way to do a certain task, I don't search for any optimization in that sense. I will just say, yeah, this is a task, I can do it this way, and that's good enough. And if I find a better way along the path, that's great, but I don't really search for it. And in some ways, I don't know if that measures intelligence at all, because there's definitely people that would search for a better way to do things all the time. But I'm just not too focused on like getting tasks done more efficiently. Rather, I focus more on improving, like doing better tasks rather than optimizing a task I can already do. In a sense, I'm more focused on growing rather than um like improve, like staying where I am and rooting myself in deeper. What does this have to do with intelligence? I don't know. Eh, intel. This is a hard one because intelligence is not only logical stuff but also emotional stuff. Internally, I'd say I'm pretty good at like managing my own emotions and whatnot, but I'm very bad at speaking out about them, which hinders me a lot in like emotional intelligence, I guess, and then logical stuff. I'd say I'm pretty I'll say no. I'd say I'm a pretty average person when it comes to stuff like that, and also I don't really have a great, like, my education ended at high school and I didn't really apply myself very well, so I don't super know how to learn. Uh, that that would be the biggest tell of intelligence is how well you can learn, and I don't know if I can do that very well. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? No, I'm not gonna focus on that at all. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may have missed? No. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take or how many questions exist in this session? No. I know roughly this will take like an hour-ish because I've seen a video of this before, but I remember basically nothing of it. Would you consider yourself to be a patient person? Yes. I think a lot of my friends have ADHD and it takes patience to get through a conversation with them, let me tell you. Do most humans annoy you? No. I don't get annoyed very easily by other people. The, the there's like very few people annoy me, honestly. It's sometimes the people close to me can annoy me because I actually put value to their words and there's weight to what they're saying to me, or at least a lot more weight than just a random person. So they can annoy me sometimes, but my friends and family are good people, I'd say. so they don't really get on my nerves that often. And I'm really the person that annoys myself the most, so. But most humans, definitely not. Do you prefer animals to people? People are animals, but no, I like people. They're very complex and intricate, and it's fun. Not like picking them apart, but it's fun discovering new parts about them. Obviously, every now and again, I want just like a very simple like a dog just there and they're happy, and you just get to have fun and be happy with them. That's great from that every now and again. Well, pretty much whenever, but I do prefer the complexity of humans and the language that we can speak with each other, really. Do you believe in magic? Um, I believe there's like supernatural things. I wouldn't necessarily call that magic. I would say there's I would say the thing with magic is I believe magic to be something that isn't real or hmm actually I don't know because maybe I do believe in magic, but just not in the way you might think. Like not like I summon a fireball to throw at you. Like that's obviously magic, but that's not really real. But I think magic is real in the moments that you share with the people around you and when you're really living your life and you can just sit there in ecstasy pretty much. I think that's magic in its own right. Do you believe in God or the existence of some form of higher power? I think most people secretly do, even if they say they won't. I'm not speaking for anyone. I'm saying I believe that there's some something that like pushes the universe, and I know that's kind of as a sense of like purpose is that there's a reason for stuff happening, and that's why there's like a big god person, whatever. But yeah, I think there's some cosmic entity or something. Do you fear death? No, I don't fear death by itself. I fear bad death. Like, what I mean by that is I'm dying alone, or like everyone rejects me or hates me, and I didn't put enough of an impact on the world. I feared, but that's not really the fear of death. That's the fear of not living a good life. So, and other people dying, I am not going to spend time being afraid of that. Because honestly, the fear of death is just a waste of time if you think about it. You're rather than spending time with the people that maybe you're scared of leaving or dying, you could just be spending that time with them rather than afraid of losing them. And I think the time that you have with people is magic and you should cherish it, but there's no point in being scared of when they're gone. And it is like a scary thing to think about, but know that there's most likely going to be someone else there for you. And if there's not, I'm sorry about that, but no, I don't fear death. Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? Um, yeah, I guess so. Did you answer that last question with 100% honesty? I mean, said like, yeah, I guess so, but like, yeah, I am. So yes, I did. Are you alone? I am right now. There's no one else in this room. I mean, there's other people in my house, but currently in the like space that I am in the quarters that I am in. Yes, I am alone. Are you sure? Yes. If I told you with utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? I mean, utmost certainty. Well, there's also probably, maybe someone watching. So, yeah, something's watching me, probably. Have you wondered who I am? Oh, I totally, not yet. Have you had shivers at any point during this session? Well, I just got shivers now, so yes. I'm, ugh. That is really weird that I just started getting shivers as that question popped up. And now it's, like, actually happening. Do you feel like you're being watched? Hmm. Do I? Do I feel like I'm being watched? Yeah, I guess I feel like I'm being watched. Have you considered quitting this session early? Nah. Do you drink water every day? Yep. Do you at least eat at least once per day every day? Uh-huh. Do you realize that there's a high probability that you've missed a plethora of hidden messages thus far? Yeah, sure. Are you wondering what they are? Nope, still no on that. Would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? Wait, would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? So I could know if I... Yeah, I'm fine. If I wanted to search up the secrets of this game, then sure, but no, I'm fine. Is your favorite number 7? Nope, it's 3. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? Hmm. I'm leaning towards no on this one right now. Because I believe that we have souls that once this life ends will go on to live somewhere else. I think there are also ways where this could be the last life, but for our soul, but I believe the longest thing we can do is exist, not live. And also within this life, living this life is not the longest thing we can do. There's things in the life that are longer than the life itself. And that's completely based on feeling. Like, if you're, let's say there's a part of your life where it's like 6 years long and it's just the worst part of your life. It's terrible. Like you just feel bad every day. I think that's longer than the entirety of your life. Not for through logic, but it will feel longer than the rest of your life if that is the only time that you have a bad time in your life. So no, life is not the longest thing we'll ever do. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. They totally can be. You can compare anything to anything. It won't necessarily be a fair comparison, but you can always compare two things to each other. Venus is sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? Nope. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? A second chance, yes. Um, I don't know how many chances are allowed, but I believe at least two is, yeah, agreed. Ooh, I just thought about like murder and stuff. But I don't know. Hmm. Because the thing is with murder is sometimes people get like a life sentence, and then they don't really get a second chance, but do they really deserve one because they took the life of someone else? I'd say in almost every non-super extreme case, yes, someone deserves a second chance. But if you, if in such like extreme cases where someone like does something horrendous, mass genocide or a terrorist attack or something, yeah, I would have to say that they should be punished with without really given a second chance, because the second chance is the fact that they even agreed with themselves that they should do that. So no. You can do anything you put your mind to. Do you agree? I mean, the situation I immediately thought of is no, I can't just grow a third arm because I'm thinking about it really hard. And also, just putting your mind to something isn't enough. You have to put your mind, body, soul into it. You have to dedicate a lot more than just your mind to do anything. Obedience is more important than freedom. Do you agree? No, freedom is one of the most important things to me. Underwater adventures sound like a fun time. Do you agree? No. No, I do not like the ocean. Being underwater is scary. If it's like under a little bit of water, sure. And like a very controlled environment, but I'm thinking like the ocean. And that shit is scary. It's pitch black. It's freezing in the water. You'd have to be in a submarine or like diving or something. And diving is just, and being in a submarine, it's just like there's still so much that could go wrong, and there's nothing you can really do if something goes wrong other than hope other people can save you. I'm not about that. Did you realize that the first letters in the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase I love you? No, I'm not looking for that stuff. Do you wish to be loved? Yes. Have you ever felt hated? Yes. Do you have any addictions? Huh. Not to substances, I would say. Other than oxygen, which I don't consider an addiction. Um, because the th the thing with addictions is I'm thinking of actions that I do that I cannot pull myself away from. Um, no, I don't think I have any. I don't think there's anything that I do that I can't, with enough effort, pull myself away from. And obviously, even if you are addicted to something, you can still pull yourself away from. But I don't like. I think I could stop doing pretty much anything that I'm doing, and so long as I fill that time with something else, I wouldn't really feel like withdrawals from that. So, and I'm not addicted to any substances, and I don't really think there's anything else that I could be addicted to other than like actions or substances. So, I guess like emotions, but I'm not really addicted. That I don't know. So no, I'd say I have no addictions. Do you dislike the color pink? No, pink's a great color. Does the color gray seem depressing? Well, considering like my entire room is filled with gray and I don't feel like, oh, poopy about it. I actually kind of like it because it gives like a warmer, like a quieter tone to the room because it lowers the light levels down a bit more than if it was a bright color, and it just, I don't know, it feels cozy in my head. So no, I don't think it's depressing. Do you enjoy loud music? Yes, loud music is almost the only music I will listen to. Do you like to dance? Yeah, it's not something I do a lot, but it's something like if I'm waiting for something, like I'm waiting in a line or whatever, I'll sometimes just kind of like do a little like chicka chicka. Even though I'm not good at dancing and I don't really do it consistently in any way, when I do it, I have fun doing it. So yeah. Would you consider yourself normal? Um, there's always the argument that there is no such thing as normal, but that means that but I think there is something known as normal. It's just normal doesn't mean the same as a lot like having like I don't think normal means similar. So you can, like, humans can be very, there's definitely a very, like, normal thing that, a normal block for humans. And would I fall under that? I mean, I would say so. I think pretty much everything that I feel and do is a pretty normal human thing. So, yeah. Do you love your parents? Yes, they're amazing. Wonderful. They aren't perfect, but no one is, and they've given me more than I can, more than I believe I can give back to them. So yes. Have you ever been lied to? Definitely. Everyone gets lied to. Do you get angry often? No, I don't really get angry. I get like, I mostly just get angry at myself, and that's only if I'm like doing a lot of like wrong for a lot of time. Um, I would say I get upset pretty often, but like very minorly upset, and that's just like I don't think upset is the same as angry. I haven't been like fully like angry in a long time, it feels. So, no. Do you hold grudges? I certainly don't try to hold grudges. Um, I certainly try and let go of as many things as possible, but do I, just because I'm not consciously holding a grudge, does that mean I am not holding a grudge? Because I can subconsciously hold a grudge without realizing it. So, no, I thinking about, I don't like, I don't really, because I value people. Realistically, you hold a grudge against people you used to know or people that you currently know. Um, and I more so I value people based off of the good they can bring to me, not, and I kind of ignore any, not ignore, but like don't really think about the bad sides too much, or if they've ever wronged me in any way. I think that's like, I'll be like, that's kind of like a one-time thing. Like it's not, it's also just not healthy to hold grudges, so I would say no, I don't hold grudges. Have you ever forgiven someone? Yes, for small and big things. Forgiveness is very important. Like with the second chances thing, only in very extreme cases should you not forgive someone. Have you ever done something that you knew you shouldn't have done, but still did it anyways? Yes. Have you ever lied? Yes. Have you ever cheated on a test? Oh, I don't, I don't think I have. Let me think for a bit. Okay, I guess there's one time that I can remember, in specific, where in elementary school there's a math test that was very time based. We had to do 40 simple simple multiplication questions within 5 minutes, or do as many as you could. And I don't think your actual score had very much weight on your grade, but I remember accidentally starting early on that once, and then like a couple times in high school I started a little bit early. And what I mean by starting early, I mean like 30 seconds early, and I don't know, like I'll consider that cheating, but I don't think I've never like done any big cheating, I don't think. Not that I remember anyways. You won't cheat this test. Yeah, I won't. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? Um, there's there's a lot of flowers that are very beautiful, but tree this is kind of like a visual versus like emotional question, I feel, because like flowers are generally more visually appealing than trees, I'd say, but trees have more of an impact than flowers, I think. I don't know. I say trees are pretty cool, I guess. They're big, they're thick. They give fruit sometimes, and I guess flowers give fruit sometimes. But trees are just big and thick, and I like big, thick, tall, girthy, long objects that are sometimes brown. Have you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person? Ever? Like, yeah. In like, actually, have I? I don't think I have. I think there have been like obviously I've had those thoughts where it's like, man, wouldn't it be like so simple to just like be a dog and just like eat the food and bark at people? But I don't think I actually ever like wanted that. I just thought like, oh, that'd be like something. But no, I don't think I've ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person. Do you believe you have psychic powers? No. Psychic powers are very is a very vague thing as well. It could be like mind control to like moving an object or making like force barriers with my mind or whatever, but I don't have that, so no. Have you ever seen a ghost? Um, well, I haven't really seen any like people that have lost so much emotion in their like body that they look like a ghost, which would be like a metaphorical ghost. And uh, I I don't think no no I've never really like seen something where it's just like so no. Do you dream often? Well, scientifically speaking, everyone dreams every night. It's just you forget it almost like a lot of people forget it the next day. And I'm one of those people that almost never remembers it. But I'm gonna say no because if I don't remember it, it didn't happen. Kind of bull. It's kind of a bullshit answer, but like whatever. Do you have nightmares often? Nope. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? No. If I get like hyper like if my emotions really build up and I get like really in my head, I'll be like I'll get like maybe like a small nervous breakdown, but I don't think that's an anxiety attack. I think anxiety attacks. I don't know too much about anxiety. Haven't I don't I don't have it. At least I'm not diagnosed, and that's to me that's as good as not having it. Uh, and I think anxiety attacks come mostly out of nowhere. If I don't real, I will say no. Do you suffer from depression? Nope. Easy no. Do you exercise often and stay active? Well, I go to the gym like 3 times a week, and every morning I go for a very small run, and like I generally don't like sitting down for too long in a day, even though I do that for like 10 hours a day right now. So, yeah, I don't know, but I break that up with getting up and like walking around even if it's just a small amount. And if I go on a run every day and work out, I'd say exercise often. Yeah. Is there a particular type of food that you despise? Despise is like very like you deny its existence pretty much. Like it is not real to you. And I mean, I don't like spicy stuff, but it's not like I despise it. And like something that if something has spice in it, it won't ruin it for me. Um, Kiwis. I'm not tested, but possibly allergic to kiwis. Fuck those, man. I don't know. Kiwis taste fine. No, I don't think there's a single food that I despise because I just haven't tried a lot of different foods as well. So maybe there is one out there and I just haven't discovered it. I just realized I should probably hang on. There we go. I just realized I was probably in the way of the some of the questions. At least I've been reading it out, but now you can actually fully see it. What the fuck, man? I'm not even sick anymore. I'm still just congested forever, which sucks. Okay, would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? Wow. Um, I mean, I've definitely been like hurt emotionally very deeply, but like as it currently stands, not no. I think I don't think so. Because being emotionally wounded is also like, yeah, someone can say something that hurts me emotionally, but I don't think that's being emotionally wounded. I think being emotionally wounded is being like, not necessarily like permanently, because I don't think anything with emotions can, well, I don't know, I shouldn't say that, but I think being emotionally wounded is long term, uh, like pain, emotional pain, which can also still be healed. And I believe I've been emotionally wounded before, but I'd say that's healed by now. So, no. Have you ever felt betrayed? Oh my god. When when my friend did something, probably. I don't know. Yeah. Small betrayal that didn't really mean anything, but yes, I've felt betrayed before. Do you ever feel lost in life? Um, yeah, um sometimes I will just like kind of lose my path, I guess, which hasn't happened recently, ever, especially like ever since trying this YouTube stuff, because this really feels like the direction that I want to go in, and even if it doesn't fully succeed, I think it's a path that will lead me somewhere, and I will gain stuff out of doing this, pretty much no matter what. So I feel like this is a good, like as it currently stands, I feel like I won't really get lost in life because I have a direction that I am striving towards and putting effort towards currently, and it's a direction that I want to go in. So, as it currently stands, no, I don't feel like I can get lost in life. Ask me like 4 months ago, yes, I would say I would feel lost in life so from time to time. But as it currently stands, no. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? Not a natural leader. I'm very much not a leader. I do not have a big presence when it comes to people because I always act like, well, not always, but I often, to my friends, I often act like a very silly, funny, like loose leaden guy. Uh, And to my family, I'm the youngest in the family, and they just. I'm just like a resource to them, but it's fine. Not a resource. No. Not anything bad like that, but uh it's very much I'm at like the I'm like the grunt worker of the family in a sense, which is fine for me. I'm not upset by it. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? Nope. The world's a the world is a beautiful place with some plague, some 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 parts that are kind of nasty, unfortunately. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? Yeah, I think most people do. Like, you know. Have you ever been bullied? Um, in elementary school, my friend got bullied a lot, and I guess I don't know if it was ever directed at me. It felt directed at me, but that might have just been me really like protecting my friend. Uh, and not really in middle school or high school, but I've been bullied by my siblings, but that's bullying, but like it's good, healthy sibling bullying. And yes, bullying can be healthy. A little bit of bullying will toughen someone up. I'll let you know, I was a bitch, and I still kind of am, but I'm less of a bitch because I got bullied by my siblings. So yes, I've been bullied, and I'm not really upset about it. Have you ever bullied someone else? Um, have I? I don't think I've ever really bullied someone. Oh, well, I guess my sister with my older brother sometimes. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? Yes, there's a lot of stuff that goes in my head that's just like, ooh, like many different things. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? Yes, I am not good at sugarcoating my words. My words can are very they're I put things bluntly with sharp words, which is not the best combination for, you know, it's kind of like taking a jab at someone, but you're jabbing someone. You're just like stabbing someone with a sword. Um, yeah, it happens sometimes, which I tr- I don't like when it happens, but it does happen, and I'm trying to get better at it, but yes, it does happen. Do you find space fascinating? Yeah, it's cool. It's got like gases and shit and like antimatter or whatever. Would you consider yourself to be an artist? I mean, I'm performing the art of humanism. I'm basically a clown, pretty much, and clowns are artists, I guess. Uh, sure. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? Yes, I'd say I'm a good friend. I value my friends a lot and my family, and it's it's not that I would sacrifice a lot for my friends because I don't consider it a sacrifice because I giving up a part of myself like temporarily giving up a part of myself so that my friends can if my friends need it is not a sacrifice to me. I think that's just part of what a friendship is. If one of my friends like was reaching out to me for something important, I would try and cancel my plans and go and help them unless what I'm doing is almost equally important as well. So, there's a lot I would do for my friends, and I think there's a lot that I do for my friends. So I would consider myself a good friend. How whether they agree with that or not is up to them. Would you consider yourself to be flawed? Yes, everyone's flawed. There's something to improve on for everyone always, and no one will ever be perfect. Have you ever fantasized about being a supervillain or performing a heinous, egregious crime? Does fantasized mean just like thinking about it? Because I've definitely like pondered like that's like what if I just like had an intrusive thought and acted on it? I was just like, yes. Let me just like terrorize people, and it's like, but I wouldn't actually want to do that. I don't know if fantasized means like my interpretation of fantasized is not wanting it, but just like pondering about it in a way. So, yeah, sure, I have. Do you believe in perfection? Okay, I do believe in perfection. Perfection is a concept, it does exist, and there are things that can be perfect, but I don't believe humans can be perfect. Perfection can be like a perfect square, or I don't know if that's a really good example, but like a perfect circle, where it's actually a full circle with 360 degrees and whatever. Like, there's so many perfect things that happen all the time, and when things just go like exactly how you want them to, that is going perfectly fine. Then, so yes, perfection is a thing. It's just it can't happen everywhere. Have you ever stolen from someone? Yes. Unfortunately, yes. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? Any circumstances? There are circumstances where yes, and I know there would be punishment for that, but there are circumstances where I would accept that punishment, and I believe it would be worth it to kill someone and punish myself, depending on what they did. If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? No. No, I would not. Because if I knew, that's fine and cool. I would live that day exactly how I wanted it to, but there's no reason worrying other people. They'll they'll have enough to grieve about when I'm gone anyways, so it's not like telling them would really be enough of a warning for them to prepare. And you also can't exactly prepare for death, no matter how much you think you can. I don't think it's possible to actually prepare for death. Like, you can see your grandpa falling, like, getting really old, and the age is really getting onto him, and you know his time is coming, but you will never be able to properly like be prepared and be ready to see that happen. And like when my dog died recently, like I say recently, like 3 years ago, um, everyone in the family knew it was coming, but the day it was to happen, uh, there's nothing that can prepare you for that. Even if you, I believe, even if you experienced death before, it's such a weight to be thrown onto you that the one day of preparation isn't real. And even if I gave someone like people live their entire lives knowing that they will die, people will always want more time with everyone. So no, I don't want to just put that unnecessary strain on anyone when they're going to see me die anyways. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? No. There are some things that I just have not told anyone, and I don't think I will, because I don't want to remember it, but I do, and those memories are in such isolation to me and maybe a couple of other people that know it because they were in that situation, but I wouldn't say a soul about it. Do you trust me even though you know nothing about me? You're not even a real person. Yeah, I trust you. Do you know who I am? Nope. Well, I know who you are. That's cool. If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? I'm not much of a screamer. I'm much more of a like a like all the noise happens internally when I get jump scared or whatever. Uh, and like I will like do a little like I'll do a little up down movement, but no, I don't really scream. If I had told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? No, because unless you're under my bed, but then sucks to be you. But I thankfully for me, I have a camera telling me what's behind me, and I've been looking behind me just randomly for various things, and I can tell you that you haven't been behind me this entire time. So just saying that would be a bold-faced lie, and that does not scare me. Of course not. That would be silly now, wouldn't it? Yeah. Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? Yeah, I I think so. Empathy is a very human thing, and almost everyone has it. Uh, Pretty sure like only like sociopaths and like psychopaths don't have empathy. Um, and yeah, I definitely feel when like other people feel. Man, what a great explanation of how I believe I'm empathetic. Would you consider yourself to be romantic? um, I think I could be romantic if I like tried hard and like I'd really have to focus on it, but generally speaking, no, I don't think I'm a very romantic person. I also don't know how flirting works, so yeah. Have you ever been in a physical fight? Yep. With the boys in the elementary school. Classic. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? A lot less so nowadays, but when I was a kid, yes, and I don't think it's fully gone, so I'd say yes. Do you look at the ground when you walk? Sometimes. Um, I've kind of, I used to all the time when I was younger because I was not a very confident kid, and I do sometimes when I'm feeling down, but generally speaking, nowadays, no, because I've taught myself that looking up not only makes you look happier and more confident, but you do feel happier and more confident and more like engaged with the environment when you look up when you walk. So, for any of you that are looking down when you walk, if you if you're doing that without any real reason, like if you are specifically sad, go for it. Walk with your head down. That's totally fine. But if you're just walking normally and you recognize that you're looking at the ground, I would advise you to try your best to stop doing that entirely because it's just unhelpful in every sense that I can think of. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? Yeah, baby. Would you ever shave your head? I mean, I've done it before. It does not look good, but I guess there's reasons why I would do it again, yeah. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? Not overly muscular, but like, yeah, I like, I like it. It's hot. Do you ever dance when no one is looking? Yeah. I do it when people are looking. Do you trust your best friend entirely? Entirely. Yes, I would say yes. So long as I put enough emphasis on it, then yes, I can trust him entirely. Uh, Ask me like maybe a year ago ish, uh, and I would say no. But he has definitely grown as a person significantly, and I'm very proud of him for that, and it's been amazing to see that improvement. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? Not extremely well. I remember it pretty well, not extremely well. there's definitely a lot of details that I miss and a lot of things that have just been forgotten completely. But I think most of the important stuff I've kept memorized. And there's definitely things from my childhood that are like ingrained in my subconscious that take effect every day without me realizing it, but I don't consider that remembering. I guess I don't know. I'd say no. I'd say no. Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? Yeah. Yes, just flat out and simple. I would I'd be like Robin Hood though. I wouldn't just keep the money for myself. I If I could get away with it, then I have as much time to prepare for it as I want. And I wouldn't prepare like a getaway driver or anything because I'm getting away with it whether or not. So I would spend my preparation time to just find the bank with like as many rich people as possible in it. Like the most like scummiest rich person bank or whatever. And I'd steal from that and then I would distribute that money somehow. I'd probably keep some of it for myself because like I'm human, I'm a greedy bitch, but like I'd definitely not just keep all the money for myself. But yeah, if I could get away with it, I would take the money from the rich and give it to someone else. Like the people in my life that I care about. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? No. just no. Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? I mean, I've had those moments where like you're about to fall asleep and then you suddenly get that feeling of falling and it like wakes you up. But that's not really falling off a cliff for me. That's more so just like I it's really weird because I don't really remember my dreams. When that happens to me, it is a complete void of everything except for a feeling of falling, which is kind of hard to describe if I'm being honest, but it's just like it's a weird one. It happens, but not specifically cliffs. So no. Oh, does this I guess this can involve daydreaming as well. Uh maybe. But still I don't really dream of falling off a cliff or being chased by a killer. Do you ever dream about being naked in public? No. Uh I guess like I'm envisioning it right now, but not dreaming of. I don't know. No. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? Uh, I've never read a scary book, so can't really say anything on that front. But scary movies, I find them hilarious. They're so good. They're so funny to ridicule and laugh at, and uh, that's if it's like a bad scary movie. If it's a good scary movie, then I just love the portrayal. I love how they interpret different emotions and try and portray the emotions in such a mind twisting way. And like I wouldn't say I'm scared by it because I don't have suspension of disbelief, but it's like I'm very fascinated by the storytelling and the all the minute like actions that they make the actors make and all the expressions and different camera angles and all that stuff. Basically, I like the idea of the film process. So yeah. Do you enjoy comedic television shows or movies? Yeah, they're funny, or at least like yeah, I don't know, they're just good fun. I like fun. Do you like being the center of attention? Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. I will say yes. Do you feel like something is always watching you? Me. I'm always watching me. Uh, no. I'm imagining like something else, and no. Except for that cosmic entity that I believe in. Definitely looking right at me. No. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go to space? No, it would be kind of boring if I'm being honest. Um, because frankly, going to space, you have to learn how to pee in zero G, learn how to eat, like learn how to do everything in zero gravity. And then you're getting the equivalent. I mean, it's not the equivalent, but you're getting to look at a picture of space, but with your own eyes rather than a picture. Not that interesting. Like that'd be cool, but it's not like a thing that I'm wondering about. It's like I generally know what it would be like. Have you ever had an out of body experience? Does deja vu count? Because I have deja vu a lot of the time, and it's crazy. Sometimes I have deja vu triply. What I mean by that is I feel like it's the third time I've felt the the course of actions taking place. Um, that's happened to me like just like a small handful of times, like maybe 4 times, where I've triply where I felt like it's the third time this thing has happened. But there are a lot of times where I felt like it's the second time something's happened, and if you count that as an out of body experience, then yeah. Do I count it as an out of body experience? Kind of. It kind of like it like reverberates through my entire like being. I'm just like, oh. So yeah, sure. Have you ever punched a nun? I don't think I've ever seen a nun before. So no. Do you like dogs better than cats? Yes. You can do more with dogs in my head. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? No, I love movies. Reading, I like reading for learning purposes, and like reading a fun book is nice. I just don't do it very often. And with movies, I love with books, I love being able to visualize my own story. Well, I mean, visualize the story how I want to see it as. But with movies, I love seeing all of the minute expressions and movements that are made, and all the small little references to different psycho, emotional, whatever goohickey. So I prefer movies, not books. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you've ever punched a nut? I did not. No, I don't really care why you asked me. Do you get starstruck easily? Starstruck as in like I see someone or something and I'm so fascinated by it that I just like completely zone out. If that's the case, then no. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say no with star. Whatever. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? I don't hate it. I like going to them. I just I never there comes a point where I'm just like, okay, I just kind of want to leave. And usually I still stick through it anyways. Um they're not like the most fun thing, but it's like a very good way to like just like have a lot of people like just interact with a lot of people, which I'd say I'm pretty introverted, but like I still need people interaction, and like those are good ways of just like getting a lot of it done fast. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? No, I don't really care about presents. I mean, I like them, but my favorite present is like a card, if anything, because I don't really care about things that much. Usually, there's some things that I really like, but uh, usually, if there's a thing that I really want, I would have already gotten it for myself, and then it's not like I don't need it as a present. Um, And really, the thing I like about my birthday is just like, I don't know, just forcing my friends to interact with me. I don't know, it's just a good, fun day to like spend time with the people around me. Seriously though, have you ever punched a nun? Like really, just bam, right in the face. Nun punch. No, I've not done a nun punch. Did you laugh? Yeah. Did you say what the fuck in your head or even out loud? No. Hang on, I gotta blow my nose. No, I didn't say. Okay, no. No, I didn't say what the fuck in my head. Are you now eager to somehow get the opportunity to punch a nun sometime soon? No, I don't really. I still don't care to punch a nun. If there's a hell, do you think you're going to it? Um, most depictions of hell, if hell is a possibility, usually in any like religious group or storytelling, in every way there's always a what to get into heaven, you you can always do bad in your life so long as you repent for your sins. And yes, I've definitely done wrong things in the past, but I believe that if there is a hell that I would be going to, I wouldn't, because I believe that I will have repented for everything wrong that I've done in my life by the time I die. So, no. Do you enjoy fantasy fiction games? Yeah, they're fun. It's a nice world to enjoy. Do you masturbate frequently? Yeah, I do. Are you wondering what constitutes frequently? No, I think I know what frequently is. Well, frequently is up to the beholder, but I'd say like 2 times a week. Any more than that is frequently. Because, like, really, you only. Realistically, like, to be healthy for men, it's like you have to do like once every 2 weeks or like once a week or something like that. So anything more than that is frequent in my eyes, and I definitely do more than that, unfortunately. I don't really have enough self-control to not do it as often as I would probably want to. So, yeah. Didn't think I'd have to talk about that, but are you more than slightly uncomfortable right now? Honestly, no. I'm very comfortable with talking about uncomfortable things. It's something I uh taught myself how to do in like I don't know when, but like a number of years ago, I started learning how to just get comfortable with the uncomfortable, and I get uncomfortable at a thing. There's definitely times where I get uncomfortable, but there's a lot less that I get uncomfortable about now because I have uh kind of freed myself from that in a sense. Because like uncomfortable is kind of like being embarrassed, and I don't. There's really like let's say like a lot of people are probably embarrassed to do something like I don't know, as a man wear a short dress and walk out in public with like makeup on and stuff. But I would be totally fine with that. In fact, I would have more confidence doing that because it's like a funny thing and I get to just like I really own it. So, no, I'm not uncomfortable from just talking about masturbating. Is your mouth dry? Uh, yeah, I'm doing a lot of talking. So yeah, even though I'm drinking water, yes. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? No. For like the exact same reason I just said. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? I mean, there's certainly species that we haven't confirmed yet and would probably be something like the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would be uh, exact to the depiction that we give them. But yes, there's certainly like creatures that we have not discovered that would basically be the legendary like all these like fairy tale things. So, yeah, sure. Are you poor with money management? I would say no. I think my parents taught me very well how to handle money, and they taught me at a very young age. They made me buy most of pretty much anything that I wanted but didn't need. They would make me buy with my own allowance, and they like limited my allowance to an amount that was enough where I could actually get something for myself, but not not too much where I basically get everything I want anyways. So yeah, I'd say I'm really good with money management thanks to my parents. Choose one of these numbers that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. 69. Well, I don't know their numbers. I'll choose one because there's one of me right now here. Yeah. Or is there? Nah, I don't know. Just one. Choose one of these colors that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Um, I love red, but black is my favorite color. Uh, yeah, I'm just a void of voidness. Uh, I don't really see. I don't really. This whole resonance stuff is not. I don't. That's not how I work. I don't function like that. Well, I do, but not in that sense. I guess. I don't know. Doesn't resonate. Choose one of these words that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Well, I'm definitely sick. Uh, no, I'm I'm congested still. So, yeah. Uh, yeah. I'm not. Yeah. None of the sick. I'm sick. Choose one of these words that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Uh, blessed. I'm blessed. I'm not. I'm certainly not celestial, heavenly, angelic, or divine. Those are all very similar things. That is very like hubris to think you are. Glorious. I'm not a glorious human being. I'm a very glorious is like an idealist or like an ideal image in my head, and that's not me. Blessed is I've been given a lot of good chances. It's I think there are a lot of people who are blessed. There also are some that unfortunately aren't blessed, but I think I think everyone can be blessed. They just have to find that blessing. I guess I don't know. Choose one of these words that resonates with you most. Um, I don't know. Uh, I don't know. I'll go with strength. I feel mighty powerful right now. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? If they're not too hard, yes. And I was definitely like a math kid when I was younger, but I don't like. What I mean by not too hard is like rocket physics and stuff like that, like complex physics. If it's something like PEDMAS or whatever, like the Pythagorean theorem, that's totally fine. I find that enjoyable because it's very simple and easy. Do you speak more than one language fluently? Nope. I know how to speak French on a minimal conversationalist level. I could get enough of what I want in French, and then I can speak English pretty well. Even then, I wouldn't really say fluently, because my vocabulary lacks a lot of diversity. Even though I intentionally try and use big, eloquent words, my main vocabulary just kind of drops off a cliff after a certain point, and I also use a lot of filler words like g, like is one of them. So yeah, I'm not very eloquent with my English, and well, I guess fluent doesn't necessarily mean eloquent, but like I've got, it doesn't matter anyways. Even if I'm fluent in English, I'm not fluent anywhere else. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? Yes. Do you enjoy coffee? No. Hate it. Don't like caffeine. Caffeine is like it doesn't help me in any of that way. And the taste is just awful for coffee. Do you believe in demons? Um, I don't know. I guess. I guess I believe in demons. Do you believe in angels? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah. The thing is, it's not really like I have a belief in it. It's more so I'm just like I don't disbelieve in them is the main thing. So I guess they're there. Are you afraid of sharks? Generally, no. But like, if I was in the ocean and there were sharks that I were aware of, then yeah, I'd be scared of it. But no. Do you prefer baths over showers? No, baths are kind of nasty. They use less water and they're more comfortable, which is cool, but they are kind of nasty and they like take longer and I don't know. No. Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? Too much of it, yes. Too much and like too varied. Like if I walk past a perfume store or a fragrance store or whatever, I will not want to be there anymore because it definitely gives me like a usually I can resist getting a headache, but it can and it has before, so I will say yes. Did you see a shadow move in your room a few moments ago? Not that I'm aware of. Now that I'm now that you pointed it out, I'm seeing my own shadow move when I move, but that's fortunate. Haha, ding ding. Do you ever hear your name being called even when you know no one is calling it? Yeah, that happens sometimes in like crowds of people and whatnot. Wait, oh, when I know no one is calling it. No. No. I've never heard my name when I know for certain that no one is calling it. I've heard. I almost didn't read the question right. I almost just said like, yeah, in a crowd, someone like said something that kind of sounded like my name, but not. That wasn't the question. Do things in your home often go missing and then reappear later? I'm the thing that often goes missing in my home and then reappear later when I leave my room. No. Do you ever hear footsteps around when you're alone? Um, feeling a weird breeze on my feet. Weird cold breeze, which is random. Because my window's not open and it shouldn't be coming from anywhere. Which is maybe foreboding something. Uh, I don't think so. I think maybe I've heard it before, but no. Do you ever hear random knocking noises around you? No. Whenever I've heard a knocking noise, uh, I've been able to identify it, or it's just like, or I haven't really fully been able to identify it, but it's not like random. Like I can tell something happened as to why it was there. So no. Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? That's what an alarm is, buddy. But also, excluding that, no, not that I recognize. Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while sleeping? No. Um, I've had, like, when I was younger, I had the fear of that, and, like, sometimes it's like, but, like, no. Do you have any pets? Well, not anymore. I was talking about how my dog was dead earlier, so. No. Is your favorite color green? No. It's black. Or red if you're one of the non-black believers is a color. Which, like, science, I don't give a shit about that. It's not a big problem. Are you attracted to a family member? No. If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? Yeah, I'd share some of the money. Not all of it. A lot of it would be mine and invested for, like, stuff. If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept the role? The dictator. Wow. Well, no. All dictators get assassinated. Or most. And if not, it's just a lot of work and responsibility. Like, work that I don't want to do, and responsibility that I don't want to do. And I don't want to be a dictator either. I don't want to just be, like, fearmonger people or whatever. Whatever dictators do. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be in prison? No, I don't wonder. It would be a terrible time. Do you like fishing? I've tried it before. It's really fun. I haven't caught anything, but, like, it's a fun idea and stuff, so yeah. Do you like hunting? Again, never tried it. I imagine I would absolutely love it, though. It would really get my primal urges of killing to go. But I guess I'll say no because I've never tried it. Do you like camping? Yeah, great time. No technology, and you just go out there and enjoy your time. Do you like guns? I've never held a gun. I live in Canada, so I can't just, like, grab a. Well, I guess I actually it's still pretty easy to get a gun in Canada. I've heard. I've never looked into it though. Uh, but I think the concept of guns are cool and everything. So yeah. Are you getting tired of answering questions? Actually, no. I'm having a fun time doing this. Would you consider yourself to be kinky? No. I think I'm very normal, like, basic base level with that stuff. Eyes are the window to the soul. Do you agree? You can tell a lot there's a lot of, like, emotions that can be portrayed through eyes and, like, the entire face in general, but I don't think that's what, like, the soul is. The soul is something that's very, very, like, deep inside someone, and I don't think the eyes will go that far. So, you can tell a lot of someone through their eyes and their entire face in general, but especially their eyes. But no, I don't think it goes deep enough to get to the soul. Do you always keep your promises? No, I've made a lot of empty promises, and a lot of promises that are. And most of those promises don't really have a big impact if I break them or not. I also don't make promises, really, because I don't know. It's just I don't like working on certainty when I'm not certain. It kind of deal, I guess. Would you ever completely trust someone who's lied to you? Yes, I do that with my family and friends all the time. Everyone in my life has lied to me before, whether or not I've caught them in a lie or, like, it's an ongoing lie or whatnot. Doesn't matter. I will completely trust someone if they ask me to, or if I feel it. Like, if I feel it's the right idea. Are you an only child? Nope. I have a brother and a sister, both older, and they're great. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? Yeah, fun time with friends and family. I don't think I've been. I mean, I've been drunk alone when it's like I was drinking with people, and then I got home, and it's like that's less fun. But yeah, being drunk's fun on occasion. Do you like tattoos? I don't have any. I plan on getting some eventually, which I don't know if that'll ever happen, but yeah, I like them. I don't. I like the tattoos I'm gonna get will have a lot of significance to them though, a lot of, like, emotional significance. Those are the tattoos I like. I don't like the tattoos where it's just like someone getting something cool and it's just like, Hey, look, this funny tattoo. It says like fart face on it. I don't like those tattoos. So, some of my friends have those tattoos, but that's okay. That's for it's their body. They got the tattoo for themselves. But I personally wouldn't get those tattoos. Do you enjoy being high in any form? Now I have smoked weed before. Um, and I've also eaten an edible. Uh, both of those are weed, by the way. And I'm 19, so completely legal. And it definitely happened when I'm 19. Wink. Uh, they were neither. None of the times were ever really like enjoyable. More so than I was already enjoying it. It kind of just made me tired. Uh, I don't know if you can get high off adrenaline. I definitely love being like hyped up on like, yeah, let's fucking go. Um, I feel like if I got high off some like hallucinogenics or something in the right situation, I'd like it. So sure, I'll say yeah. Do you believe you have a soul? Hey, yes, yes I do. I've been talking about that before. Did you cry this week? Today's Thursday. Thinking back to last Thursday. Um, no, no, I did not cry this week. Are you upset with someone right now? No, not right now. I can be. I'm never. Being upset for me is almost never a long-lasting thing because it's not something I like to pool my mental resources to. It it's very much a momentary thing when I'm upset, and then I let it go. I think that's the best way to go about being upset or frustrated or angry is to let it happen in the moment, and then once that moment has passed, get rid of those emotions. Not really get rid of, but like move on from that. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? I mean, seeing as I've never told my deepest, darkest secrets to anyone, I guess, but that's not really like, that's not being dishonest with them. That's just hiding the truth. And hiding the truth doesn't necessarily mean you're being dishonest. It means, you're just, you're not prompting yourself to vocalize that truth. And no, I'm not. Because of that, I'm not completely dishonest with anyone daily. Do you understand how this works yet? Yeah, I answer questions as yes or no. And I make up my own scenario if I have to. If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the questions, it's about the time you spend answering them and the combination you answer them in. It's about many different variables you'd never guess. Do you understand? Yeah, I understand that. Algorithm tells you stuff. Are you wondering if the end of the test is coming soon based on the previous question you just answered? Um, I mean, I guess so, but like not really. Like I imagine it's coming soon, but it's not like, oh, is it coming soon? It's more so just like, yeah, it's probably coming soon. I'm kind of nonchalant with curiosity stuff like that. I'm kind of just like, if I don't have an answer, I'm just like, it's coming. It'll come when it comes. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself, and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of its intention, would you believe that? No. This seems very uh, generalized. It seems like it could be for a lot of people. Are you afraid of being abandoned? Yes. Are you afraid of dying alone? Yes. Remember how when the question came up of do you fear death, I specifically said I'm afraid of dying alone. Do you worry that one day you'll be unexpectedly murdered? No, no point worrying about potentials like that. Although sometimes I do worry about potentials, just not big ones, and I really try and not do that. Are you always on guard, waiting to fend off an attack? No. No. Not at all. Someone could come up to me and hit me, and I would just be like, hey, yo, dude. Do you feel like I know you yet? No. You don't know me. Between all of these answers, no matter how much I say about myself, I don't think that's enough to know someone. I think to know someone, you have to be with them in person and interact with them in person and get firsthand experience. You can know stuff about someone, but you can't actually know someone until you've witnessed them firsthand in person with your own body, your own mind, and your own actions and your own questions, and you actually have a conversation with them. So, no. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? No. I think we have enough information about you. Whether you skipped questions, answered honestly or dishonestly, took loads of time to respond, or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly, I've been able to tell. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you. Okay. Judge me harder. Oh wait, I have to. Based on what you've told me, this is what I can conclude. One word describes you more than any other. That word is talented. Yay! I'm talented! Woo! Thanks. Personally, I think you're more talented than you realize, and I think you're more talented than anyone else realizes as well. Sick. If you'd just spend a little bit less time out of your own head, you might get a lot further. Oh my god! It's almost like I kind of know that, and I've been trying to just get less in my head and take more action on things, and this is what this YouTube thing is getting out of my head and actually doing something. You are by far your own worst enemy. I know! You need to seriously cut that shit out and start trusting your natural talents and abilities more. I know! It's not easy though, damn it. I know this. No one knows you better than you. However, you must pay heed to this warning. You're way too overcritical of yourself. I know at times, and it can lead to you breaking yourself down way further than you ever should. I know. I've done that way too many times. If you're not careful, you can ruin your entire potential to be successful in life just by not paying attention to when you need to self-reflect and when you need to give yourself the credit you deserve. Start being more positive. You'll do just fine. I I am being more positive, and I'm loving it. I am doing fine. Thank you, though. Thank you. Please don't fall into any more self-made traps or self-fulfilling prophecies. Try to look at yourself in a more positive light and view yourself from a different perspective. Yeah! I hate how much he's right. He, they, them, she, it. You might be thinking that this is easier said than done. I said that. But let's be real here. What isn't easier said than done? You know, he's right. They. Fuck, I don't know. It's right. What isn't easier said than done? That's true. The fact of the matter is, if you only knew what others saw when they look at you, you'd never doubt yourself ever again. Your secret word is talented. Remember this word. I will write it on this sticky note right now. How about that? Talented. This will come in handy. Okay. Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us. We will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we're currently working on. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be a part of history. This is a chance for you to be a part of something greater. Be sure to note your secret word in your comments. If you do not wish to be a part of an upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave and we always read them thoroughly. Now, I think that future project already happened because I know there are 2 other games for this. There are 2 games after this one that are similar but like different in their own right. I think those might have been the future projects. I'll still leave my word in the comments anyways, but yeah. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. You can find the test Hypothesis Rising, the test Final Revelation, and the testing chamber on Steam if you have enjoyed this installment. You can also find the Journey series and the Advisor series, which we'd encourage everyone to try. Okay. Yeah, get it. If you want this, try this for yourself. I think this is a thing that is completely fair and fun to do. It's been almost like 2 hours, but also I've been chatting it up. It would probably take a bit less if you're not talking as much as I am and just thinking and then answering right away. But I implore all of you guys to do this because it's been very fun to answer these questions honestly, and maybe you'll learn something. I kind of already knew what was I it said like, hey, don't be so hard on yourself. I already know that, but it was still nice for me to hear that again, and maybe you guys will get something out of it isn't that you haven't heard yet and that you maybe need to hear. So I would say go and try this for yourself. If you'd like to support us further or try our other games, you can find a link to all of our titles on the title screen of this game under the section Our Other Games. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you. Alright. And there we go. That was the test. I plan on playing the other games for it. Let's check out. Yeah, so there's the test trilogy, which I plan on playing the other 2 of those games. And we'll see about the other games. I did have a lot of fun with this, so maybe. But for now, thank you all so much for watching today's episode. That's not a... My mind is kind of jumbled because I've been talking for almost 2 hours straight, which I almost never do when I'm sitting alone in a room listening to the whispers of demons. So, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.